What it do?
Vibing, man.
Hey, we vibing.
All right. Cool. So, main things you want to talk about were macro ability use,
Yo,
movement, and then fire. Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, or as you I guess said, I'll try and cover obviously just all mistakes, but I'll really try to focus more towards that side of things. The fact that we struggle with that sort of a thing. So, cool. Anything else? Any other questions, thoughts before we get into it?
I don't have any question, bro. Just do your thing.
I'll do what I can. Yeah. But yeah, also keep in mind, for whatever reason, it's the past few days, my internet's been slow. So sometimes when I skip through this VOD, it'll be like kind of whack. But
Mhm.
anyways, just letting you know
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
that. So I'm gonna focus more on individual stuff for the most part. If there's any team things you want to address as far as like, should we do this as a team?
Mhm.
And okay, is this solo queue? Or are you with the team?
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
Solo queue.
I can tell already because your Omen just pushed out of nowhere, and
Wait,
then
hold on. Can you screen share?
oh yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I should
You already
probably.
won. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so your Omen died, and then your Rana died out of nowhere. So it's a weird situation because of the way the round's playing out. It's almost like why is my team just running out? So the real bad play was the Omen. So the Reyna was questionable because at the end of the day you got to get out of sight. And so I
And the
guess
race went mid. I'm like, what?
yeah.
I
So
think I think we called we were going A, but she just went mid. Maybe she tried to cut the rotation off or some shit.
yeah. Okay. Anyways, well this is a really weird round, so kind of weird to focus on it. All right. So
I think I shouldn't
let's back up a second.
wide peek that.
Let's think about it. All right. Let's say actually you're playing defending side, right? You
Mhm.
know the bomb's being planted A. What are you? How do you get to site? If you know wall, if you know CT is walled or screens is walled, what do you do?
Well, in this situation, I should just stay on the side and try to get info with the
No, I'm
green
saying
drone.
you're. I'm sorry. You're a defender. Like you're
Yeah,
retaking site.
yeah.
How do you do it?
I mean, CT is wall, so heaven, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. So when you wide swing heaven here, can you expect people to be here?
Hmm. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happens. So there's one here.
That's
There's
why
one
I
here.
shouldn't wide peek that.
Right. So because the way the round's playing out, it's really hard for you to make very proper decisions because what happens whenever you're down, especially at this deficit that you are, it's effectively 1v5 right now because she did for whatever reason.
Hmm.
You do have to take risky fights because that's just kind of the only way you can win the round. Typically, you just played fundamentally sound. You can't really do that in these spots. So in this spot, it's kind of weird. It's almost like this peak it's definitely bad, but like you do eventually have to go for something kind of risky because that's just you don't really have much of a choice. So the only thing you could really I would say to do here is just play a closer angle, I guess, because I mean, at the end of the day, you have a classic. Classic is OP
Yeah,
at close range.
I was
And
thinking about that.
yes, exactly. So once you take this fight, like it's already if they have a ghost, which you can already probably assume that she does because it's Reyna. It's really hard for you to win this fight regardless, just because she has a better gun anyways. So but yeah, and that you ended up dying. But of course, like I said, the way this round played out, it was really whack. Like it was literally you were the only one on site and you planted the bomb. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I struggle playing solo queue. Like people just go anywhere while I'm like, bro, let's
mm,
do this, let's do that. I'm trying to come, but like sometimes they just don't listen.
yeah, people don't, especially in
Hmm.
this MMR because you're plat, right? Like high plat.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And it just is what it is. It kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, that's just the reality. So that round was
Yeah.
kind of weird. We'll jump through this. I'm gonna jump straight to how you died here because it's
Yeah.
go.
If you want, if you want to put the volume up, like you can hear me talking to
Okay.
them. They can make like trying to play, make some plays. Yo, robot. So if there's any comms mistake, like you can just. No, just go in. You just said go in.
Yeah. I mean, it's an eco. You just gotta try and rush a site and get the kill.
Yeah.
Like, that's all this is. If anything, I would
I
almost
don't think I
say
should have been in front.
yes. I was about to say you should not be the one to go in front because of the fact that your stage you have good util. Of course, here you don't have good util. You have a single slow, so it's not as detrimental. But in theory, the way you play this agent is back. So you dying here is pretty Pretty bad. But like I said, eco, you're just trying to get out there. It's not that big of a deal.
I'm used to play entry, that's why.
Yeah, that's also true. I was kind of assuming that because I know you said you played a lot of Rays.
Raze. I'm starting to play Phoenix now. He's so
Phoenix
fun
is
to play.
really good. Hold this angle. This is good. Real slow here.
Yeah. Go heaven. Oh, I got a big. Oh yeah, that kill.
Crack. Okay, well, I mean, so once again, this is why I think Sage is so bad. I don't know if I told you this, but I think Sage is terrible in solo queue. Like, the way the agent works, you can't actually be the one to be aggressive. I mean, you can, don't get me wrong, but like, you're just not using her to her strengths. And so this entire time, like the entire however many seconds this round was, like, you guys have been here for 30 seconds. Of course, you did end up getting picks like right now, but at this point, you can already assume the whole team is rotated. So
Yeah.
I know you said you're playing in teams, playing in tournaments. Make sure you definitely avoid this because, like, anytime you're playing these rounds out,
way too long.
yes, you're taking forever. You can always put yourself in the defender's shoes. Like, they're probably there's so many over here now. Like, you can guarantee them.
Yeah. Usually I try to go straight up on side, but like I'm playing Sage. I just can't entry.
Exactly. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And so, luckily though, I will say Sage has some good positioning things to talk about because of the way that she works. So yeah. So you get this kill somehow.
That was lucky, bro.
Oh,
I do that
sometimes. I do that sometimes, yeah. So yeah, you just world. Yeah, so frustrating already.
There's a lot of people hiding in this spot, honestly.
Yeah, it's a really good spot.
To check it.
I mean, this the end all be all is just always check your angles, even if you don't expect it. But anyways, let's watch post plan. God, this game has been so weird already.
Just wait, bro.
Actually, all right, let's back up here. I know it's a 2v5, so it's hard for you to lose this. But what are you doing post plan? I'm curious, just like in general, not in this situation, but just like in theory. You get the bomb planted. What's your next step?
Well, I usually look at my teammates where they're holding.
Yes.
Just trying to, hold the angle that no one is watching.
Perfect. Okay, and then there's one other big thing you should do. Probably do. You just didn't think about it. Trying to think of. I want you to tell me. I'm trying to think of how to do it. All right, you look at your map. There's something else you need to look at on in your HUD.
Yeah, I mean, I got wall in slower for sure.
Your wall, exactly. Your abilities. So the first thing you should do is obviously
5v2, so I wasn't
right. I know. Like I said, in this spot, it's not as big of a deal, but I'm just I want to see how you think this through, just in general. So yeah, you look at the map, see what people are watching, pick an angle that they're not, or double up depending on the situation. In this situation, you'd probably double up so you can get easy trades. And then also look at your like I said, your utility. See what you have, how you can use it to your advantage, what you can do with it. This, that, the other. But
I mean, I usually play on side. Like if it was a 2v2, I would probably wall CT and watch ramp. And I know I still have the slow orb, so use it later if I hear someone walking or something like that.
Get info that he's that way, so you off. You're just hunting. Oh, you killed him, like I said.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Good. All right. Well, I mean, so far that was okay. Like I said, the only really bad thing there was just the whole team aspect. There was nothing really you could have done differently. The only thing I would have maybe touched on.
I didn't.
I was gonna say maybe another potential smart move would be to go actually out with your here, because at the end of the day, you fighting here might not be getting things done effectively, but going out on site can guarantee something's gonna happen. And obviously you ended up getting a kill, so it worked out. But in theory, you have the bomb.
I know.
You know, you have to get these trades. It's likely there's so many people on site. It's possible that there could be people heaven screens that can get your teammates killed. You can wall those things. That sort of a thing.
But Omen can do a lot of pressure if he
stays
there.
Exactly. Plus, you already have somebody up there, so I actually think it's really getting heaven control is actually almost necessary in a site.
I saw that video that you said. There should be 2 going ramp and 3 on side.
Yes, depending on typical rounds, that's what you're gonna want to do. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to bring that to light. Obviously, it's not like it was super necessary, or what you did there was necessarily bad, but it could have. You know what I mean? One of those things. So, anyways, all right, next round. Exactly.
Till they smoke, throw some shit. Just wait.
Playing back. Cool.
Go. One ramp. Go.
Decent spray. Your team's playing really slow. World.
Go. We got flanked.
She behind you? Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is an example. You can kind of see how you guys going slow here really got them. You got cucked because of it. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it's solo queue. There's only so much you can do, but still,
could have maybe expected.
Yeah, you can think about it. I mean, I mean, think about it from like the perspective of like they can probably assume we're on this side of the map because we haven't made any pressure anywhere else. So we can go ahead and talk about pressure here. The thing about it, it's like I said, put yourself, whatever you're watching VOD reviews, a really good thing to do is put yourself in the enemy shoes. Think about what's actually happening. That'll really break down how you play the game and make you think about it, right? So you're playing defender, right? Let's say you're playing B site. You see absolutely nothing for 20 seconds. You're probably going to rotate to mid, especially if you're a Cypher because you hit the camera, right? Mid players. Mid is a very, very commonly taken spot, and nothing has happened for 10, 20 seconds. I could probably assume they're going to go A. And especially at this ELO where people play very aggressive, they're going to push. They're going to flank. So you can be thinking this. Like they're probably pushing other places. So what you can do in solo queue, especially if you at least duo or trio, or even if you just solo, tell your teammates, yo, I want one of you guys to work B or work mid. Don't even try and like kill people. Just pull pressure. Get the enemies being like, okay, there's at least one over here. I can't just blindly push down to flank, or I can't just over rotate, sort of a thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So these are tips. These are little small things you could do in solo queue, mainly in a team environment, is where it really excels because you can really just start to be like, yo, pull pressure this way, etc. Like for example, Raze is a great agent to pull pressure with on this map because she cucks all of Cypher on B and she cucks all of Sage in mid. So she's a great agent to go over here and have pull pressure. Meanwhile, you can have your Reyna entry. Obviously, it's solo queue. It's hard to all that, like I said. But still, this is the idea because what happens here is you die because of the fact that the enemies are just being aggro, and because there's no pressure being pulled on the opposite sides of the map, you're just dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. It's like, golly, why am I dead? I shouldn't be dead. But like, think about it. That's kind of why. So this is something either if your team doesn't listen to you and your team does not want to go pull pressure / do this. I think I played with this guy before. Call it Fluffy, like way back in the day. Anyways, besides the point. He looks familiar at least. Yeah, so this, or you could just go watch it play. You can think about it because especially as a Sage where you need to be in the back anyways, you can just kind of hang out and like until you know your team is fully executing on a site, you can maybe even walk like into sewer a little bit. Like hold right here, hold here.
But I have bomb, that's the thing.
Right, exactly. And that's why I was saying maybe not this far, but just in general, you can be the one to play back.
I totally
does that make sense?
Just wasn't playing.
Yes.
I expected.
And so anytime you're not pulling, the whole point of me telling you that is anytime there's not being pressure pulled to another side of the map, you can actually use it to tell your team that.
So as soon as she was
Sorry, somebody just messaged me. I just read it. You can use that to your advantage, effectively. So, anyways. Cool. See, a lot of this is like just solo queue stuff that's going wrong. It's not even necessarily you playing correctly. There's a few things that we touched on, but careful. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I just gotta learn how to make, proper impact on the game.
Yes,
so exactly. I can carry solo queue.
I can tell you right now, you're not due to playing Sage. That's just the reality.
Wait, what?
I said you're not gonna be able to carry solo queue playing Sage. I mean, you can. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, it's just really.
Yeah, I just want to improve my Sage.
And I respect that. For your team, this is good. This is good for you to learn the agent. But honestly, I would spend more time studying her. Go watch pros play her. Think about what they're doing instead of playing her. Because playing her in solo queue or play scrims with your team where you have her in a team environment.
I always play Sage on scrims.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I don't want you to. I would avoid her in solo queue almost completely because of the way she is. Unless it's like one of those things where it's like you are comfortable on her and nobody wants to play her. Sure. But I wouldn't be going in there as locking Sage. Sort of a thing. Just because it's like I said, the way it works is what it is. Anyway. So we get to pick heaven. You guys push up. Boy.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me site was clear, so I was like, I bet I'm gonna just go inside and wall this up, right?
Yep. So this is something ciphers do all the time. If anybody's played Cypher on B, I do this junk all the time. And they know you're coming heaven. If you don't see them on site, you can almost bet that they went back into B, because this is catch people off guard a lot. This is a pro tip for you. Anytime you push heaven and you don't put any pressure towards the B main side, and they're playing a Cypher, you can always be ready for him to be hiding somewhere. B main is common because it allows for more plays, sort of a thing. Cyphers love making.
Or he could be hiding behind a pillar.
Right, pillar. I play behind pillar a lot because if I play Cypher a few. I set my cam up here, blah blah blah. The reason I'm telling you this is because I kind of want you thinking about what's gonna happen. Because right now what I'm seeing is like none of the things you're doing are necessarily bad, but it feels like you're just kind of playing blindly. So I kind of want to like, does that make sense? That's why I'm like just giving you information, because I want you to be thinking more, being like, okay, slow down, not necessarily slow down, but like let's just think what's gonna happen here. When I push out sight, what's gonna happen here? I could get shot from sight because it's, let's be honest, it's not fully cleared. That's possible. Whatever, right?
I was just trusting my teammate. He told me sight was clear. I was like,
and that's okay. Sure. At the end of the day, you were trying, you were listening to him, and that's not bad overall. I wouldn't listen to anybody and go with you.
I just gotta be more careful.
Right, exactly. That's just the reality. But anyway. Okay. Yeah, and because if this Cypher's a good player, you're dead here, right? He just whiffed because he's bad. That's just how it goes. So that, like I said, the positioning here, also keep in mind you're playing Sage. This is why bot viewing Sage is kind of annoying sometimes. You should not be the first one in here. You should definitely have your team go in. Now, obviously, your Omen did go in, and I know you believe that sight was clear, but you should almost be like third to go in. You shouldn't even be second, depending on the situation. In this situation, you should be third because of the fact that at the end of the day, you don't know sight's clear. Blah blah blah. Anyways.
I got the entry mentality, bro.
I know. That's why I want you to play entries. I want to watch you play an entry. But anyway, this isn't like a bad review of VOD. Don't get me wrong. I'm just adding.
Oh, that's unlucky, bro. I should have killed her.
Okay. Yeah. What's your thought process here?
I was like, I'm just gonna hide in the smoke in case someone is pushing.
Yes. Plan. All right. Yeah. Take a post plan. What do you do?
Post plan.
Like I said, you already said the right answer. I want you to say it again.
Wait.
Like we talked about. I asked you what the right thing, how to play post plan is earlier, and you gave me the right answer. Say it one more time. What is it?
Cover more angles.
Flip back. Watch and see what your team's looking at. Right. Cool. Boom. So we know
right now no one is under heaven. Like I could go there.
Right. Hang on. So he's coming B main. That's gonna be covered in a minute. You're playing here, your Omen's playing back, he's watching heaven. You're good. So you are watching CT, right? So when you push through here, what's like kind of in your brain here? You wanted to play in the smoke, right? To catch him off guard?
Yeah.
Okay. That's unnecessary. Do you know why?
Actually no.
Okay. So let's think about it. So this is just kind of unlucky. I agree. You just kind of got cucked. Let's be honest here. You just shouldn't have.
I should have killed her, honestly.
Right. But let's say this is Brax, right?
Oh.
This is Brax. This is this is a very, very good player, right?
I'm dead.
Right. Well, you're definitely dead, without a doubt. And then she probably runs out sight and just pops the rest of your team because everybody's holding 1v1 angles. I'm assuming you have the idea of 1v1s, right? You don't want to take those in post plan.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So let's say you play back right here. Let's say you reposition to sight. Let's say you do something else. What happens then? Whenever she takes this fight with this Sova or this, golly, she sucks. She just when she goes to take a fight with your Sova, your Omen, blah blah blah, that's when you can actually just swing and actually shoot, just take the fight, right? Now it seems like a really obvious answer, but at the end of the day, that's the reality. That's just what you got to do here. So you pushing here was just unnecessary. There's just no need for it because like I said, once you died here, your teammates had the info, and the way they're actually positioned pretty well here to get this trade kill. It's very hard that she'll actually make other progress here, but it's not impossible. And this is things that you can't expect in solo queue, because God knows if the Sova is like, I want to kill her instantly. He jumps down and like in the smoke and tries to shoot her, and now it's a 2v2. That's very possible, right? So plus you have res. So I think the best option here is with the smoke, use it to either run away and reposition yourself, or just stay here, or just chill, just hang out. Like, okay, let me play back. So
I mean, if the Raze was a good player, she could have just preferred the corner.
Exactly.
there's a lot
That's
of
why I
people,
think you should reposition completely. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go maybe Under Heaven. That was the safest spot.
Under Heaven, I was about to say, would be the best bet. Because that gives you the best option to watch Heaven. Actually, this guy is going to be like realistically, he's going to be watching between CT and Heaven. You could play off of contact really easy because if you play here, like this is my mouse. Yeah, this is like the little corner under Heaven. You can swing CT based on his contact, and if somebody runs out Heaven, he can swing off your contact, so can he. But there's so many things. Swinging off of contact is like the end all be all, right? Anyways, we're spending a lot of time on this round, but does this like make sense?
Yeah.
Hopefully this is like kind of opening your eyes, like just to the point of like I don't think you're a bad player by any means of what I'm seeing so far. I just think you need to think a little bit more. Take a step back and like be like, okay, what's actually the best play here? Sort of a thing. But yeah, hopefully so far that's kind of answered a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, did we lose the round? Okay. Yeah, but see what I'm saying? This round could have been lost because of this is an example of like I'm gonna drink a water.
Yeah.
This is an example of like your one death here could have actually potentially lost you the round. Because let's take a step back. Right now. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, alright, hold on. I don't want to spend too much time on this because we're already 20 minutes in. It's round 5. This happens a lot of my reviews. It's 1v1. She knows exactly where she is. This is terrifying. If this Rain is good, your Raze is dead here, she wins the round, right? So you can see how your one simple mistake, just because you thought you had the advantage, could have lost the round.
Yeah.
And this is why I hate when people, which you don't do this, but a lot of people have. Excuse me. Or at least maybe, I hope you don't. Is they always are blaming teammates for like, golly, why did this guy do this? Why did the X person do this?
I never do that, bro.
Yes, and I feel like you don't, which is great. Don't do that. Always think about yourself. And they're like, God, my teammates are bad. Yeah. This person's doing it. It's like, dude, that's not the problem. Who cares what they're doing?
I used to have that mentality, but like it wasn't helping me.
Yes, I used to have the same issue. I don't ever deal with that anymore. Now it's annoying to have bad teammates. Don't get me wrong, but like,
facts, bro.
But at the end of the day, it's like you could sit here and be like, oh, why did this Omen peek her? Why did she do X? Whatever. Like, why did he peek here? But like, why did you peek there? Sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the reality. So, anyways, glad you don't have that mentality. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. So, I just want to get better and improve.
That's yes, and focusing on your teammates is just not going to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
I hate. It's a pet peeve of mine when people are just like, God, I can't win. My team's bad. It's like, dude, you can't win because you're bad. That's just
There's
the facts.
So many people like that. Like it's pissing me off, bro. When I heard this.
Oh, I did. Trust me, I hate it when people. Like I said, I used to have that issue, but not anymore. I just always just, what can you do to be better? That's just.
It takes time to get over that mentality.
You use slows here, or do you not buy them? Oh, you didn't buy them. Okay. Well, make sure you buy slows just because of how powerful they are.
Wait, did I have money?
Maybe not.
I have no money.
Probably that's. I just figured because you died. That's right. So you might not have. God, see what I'm saying? This thing's a little. It's not even my internet. It's just YouTube. I don't know. I watch Twitch streams perfectly fine.
Yes, sir.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't have. So just skip it. We'll go off the fact that you don't have money. Like that's fine.
Yeah, maybe I had no money. Exactly. There's always people hiding behind that box.
Yes, good that you checked that.
No one is checking it. I could have died.
Oh, let's see. This wall is sort of good. So you're having a lot, not necessarily you, but this is just a really cute thing. I'm gonna stop talking about it because you guys are just always pushing in the same spot, and so it's pulling way too much pressure towards you guys here and nothing else on the other. It's always causing for way too many people to be in the bad spots, which is why this wall is actually pretty good. Of course, I don't know if you were thinking about that directly, but still.
My wall, you mean?
Yeah. This wall is good because, like, you just walled it because you're blocking off Heaven, but the reality is it's good because there's likely to be 2 people here now, just because of the way that this round is played out. But so it's a good wall. I mean, I'm just adding.
I knew someone was always in fans.
Yes, exactly. Ooh, crosshair placement. Let's talk about it.
Go for it.
First of all, The one thing I will say here, and this is a weird scenario. Before we get to the cross replacement thing, is like your Omen is going too aggressive here, but this is an example of where you can play around your team. So you're playing Sage, so at the end of the day, I would say what you did is correct to stay back because you have the res and the wall. But in theory, going with your Omen here is going to be ideal. Because right now, 1v1 was just taken. And then, exactly, you could have traded it perfectly. And technically, another 1v1 is taken. And you could have died right there. And see, now you guys are down a man, especially now you're down to Sage, right? So like I said, it wasn't bad because you're playing Sage and you're playing. But still, the idea stands.
I gotta go for more trades instead.
Yes, you gotta be like, look at your. This is how you can play around bad teammates. Just see what they're doing. Like this Omen's making a bad play because nobody's with him. But at the end of the day,
you gotta play with him.
Yeah, play with him exactly. Don't necessarily form to bad decision making, but this is an example of like we can do this. But like the reason I think it's okay what you did is because like I said, you have your res, you have your wall. But like also going back to it, like you ended up technically just taking another 1v1, so it didn't really matter, right?
Oh, I could have baited res.
Yeah, you could have baited res. You could have. I think the best option, like I said, would either tell him to slow down, or just go with him. Or yeah, going with him I think would be smartest. Just overall, because like that way it's not a trade, or it's not a not a 1v1 back to back. So anyway, all right, cross replacement. All right, let's think about it. You know she's in this left corner. Is your cross replacement here good or bad? Why?
I think it's bad. I think I should have placed it a little bit to the right.
Yes, okay.
In case she white speak or something.
Exactly. That's what I was going to touch on. So yeah, the reality is it likely that she's going to swing here? Yes. And do you have the reaction time to react if she does that? No. No human does. That's instant. That's literally lightning. So you just need to hold it out to the right. Like, have you watched my?
I usually do it. I just don't know why.
Yeah, you watched my video on cross replacement, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, yeah. Do you know why you hold it out to the right here? Or I'm asking you, I guess. Why do you hold it out to the right more? Because
in case they white peak or something.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it.
Like an headshot them easier.
Okay. Yeah. So if they wide swing, you have to flick from here to like here potentially, which is kind of what happens. Yeah. That's effectively all you did. But if you hold out to the right more, it's a smaller adjustment, so it's easier to make. So yeah, you understand that. That's good. So yeah, that's why that's bad. Because you had to adjust to her position, and you could have died to that. You almost died to that. So.
And I play on the ice, and so it's pretty hard to adjust.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's a good play.
I went to the smoke again.
Yeah. Now, peeking here was a little scary. Well, it really wasn't just because of the way the smoke was positioned.
Yeah, I think I was just confident in my aim.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Confidence.
Watch this.
Watch this.
The res.
Yeah, always. People swing on that all the time.
Go inside. Yeah, I jumped so I could see if someone is right next to the box.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
I saw Tens doing it. I was like, shit, that's smart, bro. Let me do it.
Anyways, love how fast this is. Okay, we're running low on time, so we're gonna start skipping through rounds, or at least the attack side rounds, because I think what we're seeing is a lot of the same things. Is just like you're not a bad player. You need to step back and think about what the actual right decision, right? Because most of the time when I'm seeing these incorrect moves, I'm asking you what you should do differently, and you tell me the right thing. But it's like, why didn't you do it? Well, that's because you're stuck. That's because you're stuck in these solo queue habits, and you're just playing too fast, right? So
yeah, I just gotta think more. Like
yes, exactly. So step back, think, and I think it'd be better for you to actually play an entry and play slow like you have been. Not like slow, but like play back more, almost like you have been with Sage. Because then it'll really be then it'll really show. Because it's like the problem with playing Sage and the problem with VOD reviewing Sage, which I should have told you this is it's not necessarily bad to review it. It's just like a lot of the bad positioning errors are like forgivable because of the agent that she needs. Just because the way she works, she has to be played back, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of stuff becomes like forgivable. So it's like some of the stuff, it's like it's fine, but in reality, it isn't. And the only reason it's okay is because you're playing Sage. But like I said, I feel like I've been doing it. I have been at least trying to tell you like why in theory it would be bad, like the Omen trade situation. Because in theory, what you did was good. You played back, but you should actually be up there with them, right? Sort of a thing. So I'm doing my best to try and touch on the actual problem, which is why this is taking so long. Which is why we're 30 minutes in and we're only on round 6, because I'm trying to address the proper things. So Anyways.
You good.
Does everything make sense so far? Are you kind of seeing some stuff so far?
Yeah, I understand everything.
Okay, cool. I just don't want you to be like, this guy's telling me things I already know.
I mean, like you said, everything that you're asking me, I just kind of know.
Yeah, you have the right idea. You just gotta learn how to do it right, and that's okay. Because the thing is, that means you're likely at a higher skill level. You just gotta play more and think more, which is good.
I feel like I can hit Immortal, but
yeah, you probably can. I mean,
just
off of seeing you play, I think you're definitely a solid player already. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say you can hit Immortal yet because I don't know. But I think you can. It's just you gotta put some more work in, think about stuff more. We'll talk about like more like aim routines and stuff after the review. We'll touch on that stuff. What I think you could do to actually help improve this stuff, because like I said, you're not a bad player. You're just doing the wrong decisions, even though you know what's right. Because you have these like solo queue stuff stuck in your head. Anyways, like I said, we'll touch on it when we get there. How to really like get this thing fixed. Anyways, I also feel like the enemy team's trolling. Like I don't know what they're doing.
It's solo queue, baby.
One enemy remaining.
What's your thought process here?
I knew side was clear, so I was just like, maybe she's gonna flank. She usually plays on A or Vance somewhere there. She never plays on B heaven or B side. But then again, I'm Sage, so I should probably go on site.
Well, I mean, it's not even the Sage part. I think reality is you don't know where anybody's at, right? Well, actually, hang on. Let's say.
Yeah, I do. Cypher and Raze was on site.
Yeah. Okay, so that's I don't know why I said that. Right. So we know Cypher and Raze are on site, right? Yeah. He just dropped off, so you should just go with your team here, right? I think your initial response is clear this angle, slow/wall it so they can't just instantly push you, and help them clear sight. Because if I see like this Cypher's looking at a wall, I don't know what he's doing. If he's a better player and they're playing better, they could actually just shoot. Technically, Omen would be taking, if you look at it like realistically, if these players are both looking heaven, Omen would be taking a 2v1 because Reyna's not here yet, and then Reyna would technically take a 2v1 directly after because you're not there yet, right? So this is an example of where you should actually get sight, because if you know there's players on site, you don't need to really worry about flank yet, because sight's not clear yet. Once sight is clear, you can reposition, take this thing, right? So once she got this kill, it's okay to stay back then at that moment, because it's like now there's only one and there's 3 people pushing him, so it's gonna be harder for him to make a play, right?
But if Omen died, like I should have went outside.
Right, exactly. So I think in general you should just stay with them, because it's gonna guarantee you guys get sight. Because right now, in this spot right here, pause on that same frame. In this spot right here, there's no guarantee your team just takes sight for free, right? It's very likely, but it's not guaranteed. But if you're here, it's like almost guaranteed, because it's 5v2 instead of 4v2, right? And technically, like I said, if they play it right, it would be 2v1 twice, and then now it's, anyways, you can see how this stuff plays out, right? So in this spot, you should go with the team instead of worrying about the flank. So if you're worried about flank, toss an ability there to disable it and then help, right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Right, cool. Hopefully you can, hopefully we'll see a little more of this happening. We're going to skip through here.
I think I kill her.
Oh, you do?
I think. I'm not sure. Because I knew Reyna was playing on A or Vance somewhere.
Okay, it's fine. Once you were there and they got sight, your positioning was good. So because you had a lot of heaven cut off your team.
But of course, if Omen died, I would have went straight up.
Right, exactly. But
that is for sure.
And that makes sense to you, though. So that's good. At least you understand that. Okay, she's good.
She has ult, but she missed up her satchel.
Raze ult's actually.
Roster placement is so weird. Why am I playing like that? I never play like that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily bad in this scenario. It's okay to hold it
better.
Because it could be, but the reason I say it's not as bad here, because if she swings, then your team's here to trade it. I hear you telling him to push.
Wait, did I tell him?
Yeah, you were like push. Guess you can't hear it. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, I can't.
It's just Discord screen share. It's just yeah. You were sitting there saying push. That's what you were saying here. So that's good. Now you at least you understand the fact that you can't be the one to get in here. Now, in some solo queue scenarios, you're gonna have to be, because there's gonna be points where your 2 entry frags are just falling asleep and they're just playing back. So you just gotta be the one to take the fight. Like at the end of the day.
They're playing like pussies, bro.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That happens. Funny, you're just out of him.
Bro, sometimes like is they pick they pick some entry, but they don't play right.
Because they just like playing those agents.
Oh. Up.
Boy.
I got scared, bro.
Okay, actually. You get caught off guard here. Yeah, you get caught off guard here, which is fine. But the repeat here is bad. Do you know why?
Why? Because he was ready.
Well, yeah, I want you to try and tell me why. Why do you think it's bad?
Because he saw me, so I was like stuck in a corner, so he was just waiting on me.
Yes, I mean, pretty much. Like, he knows you're here. He's just gonna post up, and he's just gonna. Theoretically, you're just dead here, right? Because if he's a better player, if he's not bad, you die here. You'd be dead by now. So what you can do is your team knows that this guy's flanked. Just wait, let them push and make the frag. I could see the entry frag coming out of you now. I see it in this one spot. This is where you're just like, God, I gotta go with this guy. But in theory, you could sit back and just literally wait. Have your team double push him, and then they kill him.
Waste his time if both of my teammates just go.
Yeah, exactly. You literally sit there and wait. I do that drunken post plants all the time. Like, I'll have spots where I've actually played post plant rounds where I don't even look at my screen. I just stare at my mini map and I just move around, adjusting to what they're doing, just so I can get in the guy's head, and then let my teammates do all the work. You can do that even in your rank. It's very possible. That's a prime example of it. So I saw the entry frag come out of you finally. Let's go. Does that make sense though?
Huh?
Does that make sense though? What
yeah.
What I explained there? Okay, cool. I like to ask that everyone to make sure. Because I've had people where I've just flooded them with information and they're just like, I don't know what to say.
No, usually when I have a question, I just say it.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm chilling. But like later on, I just want to know what can I do to take my game to the next level. Like maybe climb to Immortal, high Diamond. Right now, I can reach Diamond, but like I keep loading.
I think you just need to play a better agent first of all.
I gotta play my Raze.
Yes, play your Raze. Insta-lock Raze like every game. That's fine. Or so it depends on like. If you want to climb, you need to play these powerful entry type agents. But if you want to learn the game, which sounds to me like you actually have the learning part not down yet. I mean, you're not just like you just know everything, but you're like you think at a higher level than you actually are. You just need to worry about like how to actually put that into use. Which, like I said, we'll talk about that at the end of the VOD review. I just want to keep covering things to see like how consistent this is staying.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we'll keep on. Skipping too. Wow, this is so annoying.
I keep on walling CT because
that's good.
I always miss my wall on heaven.
So yeah, and this is an example of like what the right play is here. I should not be entering. She should. So she entries, dies, instantly trade it. Good. Perfect. World.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you did that right. That was good.
I have no clue how that shit.
That was terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good so far.
Yeah, I did the same mistake.
Yeah, you did. You did the exact same thing here.
Yep.
It was better to just shoulder this or post up on the angle, see if it flies out. But at least you know. Okay, pretty bad.
Oh. I got too caught.
I could see the entry fragger coming out of you very, very much so.
I just play really aggressive.
So it's not even that you're playing aggressive. This is a big issue that I'm seeing actually. I'll touch on it now. You're playing the game for kills, and that's bad. Even as an entry fragger, you don't want to play the game for kills. You need to play the game for information, utility, and like that sort of thing. Obviously, you need to get kills. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But does that make sense? What I'm trying to tell you there?
Yeah. But in that situation, both playing like the goal is not kill.
Yeah, a lot
of time.
Exactly. A lot of these times, like you're just swinging because you want to kill the enemy, and that's really not what you need to do here. What you need to do right now in this 2v1 is figure out where they are, and you already know where they are. You know that he's heaven side, and you know that he's screens.
I could have jiggled, get
So
the
you
info,
jiggle
but then
this,
again,
get info. Yes, that's good.
yeah.
There's
But
a
then
lot
again,
of
I
things.
could have get shot through the wall.
That's so. I actually think. Go back and talk about the right decision. This peak is okay, but you're still, I think, have the same mindset. Once the second he dies, you should pick up on this and then instantly run to this wall so you can't get spammed.
Yeah.
And then that's when you can jiggle heaven and jiggle screen. But instead you took the 1v1.
Yeah.
But like we've said, I mean, you kind of see why that was bad. And hopefully that it's starting to make sense. You're playing the game for kills, at least in some situations, but not to like play the game properly, sort of a thing.
Or like you said earlier, like I know what I should do, but I'm just not doing it.
Exactly. You know you shouldn't peek that, but you did
Yeah.
anyways. And hopefully me telling you that you need to play the game, even if you already knew the right answer, knowing that you should play the game for utility usage, that sort of a thing, knowing that is going to help you actually think through these things smarter. Because before you peek, you'll be like, KillerMiller just said, play for freaking X, Y, Z. And you'll think about that. You'll be like, okay, I'm not going to peek here. And that one round that you do something properly and it works out, you'll be like, that was good. I'm going to try that again. And that's an issue fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
damn, YouTube.
a lot going on here. Wall is bad, you know. Well, actually, let's maybe it's good.
Entry, bro. Entry. Because of the slow orb.
No, not because it's slow. We'll finish the round out before I touch on it.
Yeah. I missed that.
Okay. I'm gonna go just mute. I'll keep up a little.
Yeah, I was way too far to the box.
So this is exactly why it's bad. So post plant site. What are powerful positions in post plant? Just in general. Let's just throw the round out of the window. Just tell me where, like, nothing's just. What are good post plants on B?
Like positioning? Or?
Yeah, positions.
Behind the pillar, backside.
Pillar, backside. Man, where's a few other ones?
Under heaven.
Under heaven.
Maybe CT.
Yeah, depending on that. So under heaven, right?
Yeah.
Can you get to under heaven right now? Safely? Nope. Why?
Because there's someone holding heaven.
Nah, it's not. That's not it. What's the other? Well, that's part of it.
Hold on. Let me see. Entry, bro. Entry.
Right there. It just happened.
Yeah, there's like 3 on the heaven.
Ah, not even.
On their team.
What is this? What are you doing right now?
My wall.
Yeah, you're walling. So you can't even go heaven. You're cutting off under heaven completely. So here's the thing about this.
I wanted to go on site safely, though.
Right here. So here's the thing about.
Because I knew people was heaven.
Here's the thing about the wall. So in theory, it's smart because it's like it gets us to site safely, but it cuts off all of this part of B, and it makes retakes very, very easy for the enemy. So I think actually you don't need a wallet because your Omen is here and he's pulling pressure that way. So you let your team go first, entry, and then if anything you trade the heaven players, and then you can actually wall like CT and you can get under heaven safely because you have this part open. So in solo queue, the wall's not the worst, but I kind of want to bring to light why I think it's bad in general. Because yes, it gets you to site safely, but it cuts off. It leaves it so hard to play post play. Because let's be honest. Go ahead.
Maybe I could have sprayed the wall so I can just go under heaven.
I wouldn't have done that. I think you just save it. Wall CT here, right?
Just
like
way too much time wasted.
Yes, because this post play is this a good post play spot?
No.
Yes, it's terrible. Right? You know
yeah,
that.
I know.
But that's what I'm saying. That could have been prevented.
As soon as I died, I was like, wait, why am I being here?
So in a spot where if you think there's like 3 or 4 heaven, then yeah, you could wall it. That's fine because at the end of the day, you got to get to site safely. But especially because your Omen was here, he was pulling pressure. It's okay if they kill 1 or maybe even 2 of you, because then you can at least get under heaven. Maybe not 2, but if they kill like 1 of you, then it's fine because at least you can get under heaven, right? But now you can't, and this post plant just is a disaster. You insta die because you have nothing to watch. He's dead. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So does that make sense why I think that wall's bad? That's more so for, like I said, team stuff, but it still matters in solo queue.
And again, it's solo queue, so...
Yes, exactly. So you could either use it if, like you said, you're confident there's like 8 heaven, but your Omen was there. So that was an example where you can save. Okay, we're going to watch like one more round because it's 45 minutes in and we have the whole other side. So... I think we're seeing a lot of the similar issues here. It's not necessarily you're a bad player. You just gotta think about the right. You gotta take a step back to make the right plays more.
I knew she was flanking.
Yes, and see,
I
this
knew.
is
That's
good
why
though.
I
This
went there.
this is good. I'm glad you picked up on the fact that you thought she was flanking, because now you thought about it this round. You're like you thought about your mistake from last round. You're like, let me go try and capitalize on it. It might happen
And I
again.
had a feeling she was there too. I had a feeling, bro. That's why I just white picked that.
Yeah, and you knew. Now, obviously, you lost the fight, but I'm not worried about that. I'm worried. The good thing is you picked up on their previous mistake, realized, wait a minute, they could be pushing. Even if you weren't thinking about it, at least you did it. And now you adjusted. So now, in your future games, you don't even have to be in the same scenario. You can be like, we're all over at A for the first 30 seconds. Let me go ahead and watch flank before the round even starts. And then maybe this is a free kill on her, right?
Or in this situation, I could have jiggled.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could done here. Jiggling this, that's good if you have the feeling she's there, but like the idea is what I want you to have, and the idea is they could be flanking. I need to watch it, which is good. You picked up on that, and that could have, like, if you were in a better position earlier, which now you can be because you see this thing. You can win the rounds now, right?
Yep.
Oh, cool. All right, we'll skip the last round. We got things blown away. We'll watch like this part. Why not?
Easy kill, easy kill. You know the vibes.
Perfect. Good trade. That's kind of unlucky.
Maybe I shouldn't align myself with Silva.
I mean, there's really no other choice, frankly. Unless you want to go this way.
If she was holding backside, either way, I would have died.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, maybe I should have waited a little bit. Like, you see, I wanted to go first, but Silva kept walking.
Yeah. You either wait a second longer to make sure he gets out and gets the full info, or you can drop like under heaven. That would be okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, like I said, we gotta move on. So.
Right. Oh yeah, we got fucked on this side.
I'm glad you go for this buy. This is the best buy with her. Sacrifice the freak.
I know.
I'm just gonna let the rounds play out because it's literally faster than trying to skip.
Always throw my orb because there's always someone pushing ramp or
That's
holding.
good. That's fine.
But I saw Reyna holding it, so I was like, I'm safe to cross it.
Ow. Good shot. Yeah, your cross pose was just off here. There's only so much we can talk about this round because at the end of the day, you had to rotate to a disadvantageous spot. And so in this spot, if you know she's flanked, just like either jiggle it or just post up. And I think posting up is right. You just cross her place off, and she hit a nutty shot. She was literally looking here. She was looking this way.
But I think I could have watched it earlier because Reyna died like 5 seconds earlier.
Got back to fuse.
Two on side. Oh, she's watching heaven. She's not even watching ramp.
She dies.
Oh,
yeah, now you can pick up on
I'm not even turning.
Yeah.
And then I realized that, oh shit, she's right there.
Yeah, I mean that's just being a little more map awareness thing. Look at your map more. Once your team's whenever a teammate dies or your teammate gets a kill, instantly glance at the map for half a second and be like, what just happened? Like, okay, she just died from heaven. Let me address this angle. Or she just killed the elbow player. That's open now, and I don't have to be as worried about that. Backside's dead, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So once you start looking at your map more in these post plants, you can start to think a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I don't think what you did there was just like bad. You just could have played it a little. We're gonna skip to Zeke.
Maybe react faster to the map. That was a mistake. Yeah, I wanted to put the wall right in front of her so she could hide behind it if they try to push. Yeah, I knew they were pushing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to distract them so they can just look at me and Rena get some music pick.
Trying to think. Hold on. Let's
Bomb is on A. I mean deep A. Ooh, double kill. I thought she was right there, so I just started spraying.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. There's a few things that I'm gonna go back and touch on. I just want to see how them sing. Boy, I looked unlucky.
I remember. I think I got tilted. I wanted to walk back. I was like, "Fuck you doing, Race?"
Yeah, you looked at it like, get out of here. You're just
Yeah.
dead. That's actually really funny.
The timing.
Okay, we'll talk about ability usage here because this is big. So I see a lot of sages do this, especially at mid-low MMRs. They just wall instantly. You don't even need to do this, right? You can just play back. You should almost use your slows first, because let's be realistic here, right? If you're the enemy team, let's say you have 5 players mid, right? Let's say all you have is a wall, and then the next round all you have is 2 slows. What's gonna stop them more?
The slow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it really is. The wall, they're just gonna shoot through the wall. Now, obviously, if you have the combo, that's really good, of course. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I think insta walling is really bad, because they're just gonna shoot through it. That's all that's gonna happen.
I think it's because I heard them, or I just had a
Right.
feeling they were coming in.
In this spot, it's excuse me, jeez. It's okay because, like I said, they or it's not okay, but it's more justifiable because of the fact that you wanted to put her in a good spot, which did work out. All that good stuff. So I think here it's actually better to just sit down or sit here, like close, and just shoulder it. And then based on how you hear them, what you hear, just slow it. Because if you post up on a slow orb that they're walking through, you're gonna smoke them every time, right?
And so you could trade if I just
and depending on your heaven player, you can be like, yo, flash this, especially with a Reyna flash. Reyna flash is not actually okay in mid. Go from there, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's actually better for you to just shoulder this instead of wall instantly, because I mean, look what happens when you wall it. Like, all you did, they got this wall, they traded the wall for a flash. That's bad, right? And they instantly just blasted through it, right? So this wall did literally nothing if you think, right?
Yeah.
But this slow actually did something. That's what slowed them down. That's what actually stopped them from pushing. So this is what I think you should be shouldering this angle, getting info that way, and then using your slows first before you wall. Unless you know they're close, then you can obviously wall, right?
Yeah, it's because I think I knew they were close because we didn't have any info on B and on A. And I think in 2 rounds they just went straight up on mid. So I was just ready for them to come.
And that's okay. But does that make sense why I think you should be doing that more?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Kind of. Because I still feel like my wall was good.
Well, so here's the thing. I mean,
because I knew they were gonna come mid.
But this is why I'm telling you need to shoulder this. Because you think they're mid, or I mean, even if you know they're mid, you don't know where they are in mid. They could be close, they could be back, right? So you can shoulder peek it and actually find out. So it's not like I said that the wall is bad, but I think the wall didn't really do anything, right? Let me actually back up a second. I know you can't hear it, but I'll just tell you.
Yeah, I think I speak French with right now because I just recognize her accent.
Gotcha. You hear them close, but you don't know how many. It could just be one pushing up into this little, right here, this little corner. You don't know that, so that's why I'm telling you to shoulder this, because that's what's gonna really get you the info. Because you were afraid that they were close, but you didn't necessarily know, and you don't know what their plans were. So the slow is what's gonna really cuck them. So, and the thing is, at the end of the day, if you play a few rounds where you slow first and then wall, you'll like understand. Like, let's say you slow twice, or like let's say the next time you play mid sage, you start slowing before you wall, you'll like realize, like, wait a minute, this is working better, or maybe it's not, depending on how the game's being played out. So this will really get you thinking about your utilities.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like I said that it was bad. I just want to bring these other options to light.
I just thought my wall was better.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but you get the point. Unlucky. We don't need to talk about that. That was just
I lag, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like crazy. Pinged a spike to 300. I don't know what happened there.
Hell yeah, bro.
Okay, we'll keep. Yeah, and the same thing happens here. So this is probably a reason why you guys got like just absolutely thrashed because they just kept going mid and you just blew all your utility.
That was eco round.
Oh, this is an eco.
Yeah.
We'll see on the next one. Guess I don't have a cipher. That's yeah. We're just gonna be going.
Yeah, I knew we had no cipher, so if they came B main, I would just fast rotate with my slow. Oh, I think this round was unlucky.
So I will say it's okay to wall early if you plan on making a play with it, but if you don't, if you're just walling because you're like scared or whatever, that sort of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it wasn't that round. Yeah, I knew someone was there.
Yeah, that was weird. Erase is trying so hard to flex. That's why she throws double blast backs every time. I do the same thing. I gotta be honest.
Come on, bro.
They're playing for info. Where? Oh.
Wait, so am I rotating faster if I be up or if I
Just run?
walk normally?
Just go ahead and run it.
All right.
I mean, it can be faster, but like it's ever so slightly faster, and it's not really worth it because if you miss one, then it's instantly slower than running. Might as well just run. Or you could just use it just strafe around corner. Ah, so this is what I was hoping was gonna happen. Where you need to anchor. So regardless of what your team says, depending on what map you play, you need to always be anchored. Unless you know for a million% fact that they're where they are, that's when you. They plant B or A here. Yeah, they planted A.
Wait, did they?
Yeah, they would have had to have.
Oh, fact. We got outsmarted.
Yeah, I mean it was just kind of unlucky. But like this is my point. Like at the end of the day, they have to in a proper team scenario. Your teammates should be just playing info game because of the way that's 15 seconds left, 2v3. Get info, see what's. So this is why you should be A. You can just play info and like bombs A. There's hive, literally just sit back. So this is a good example of where you should anchor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll always, especially in like solo queue. Well, not especially. Like, you really need to base the way you anchor based on how the enemy's playing. If they're just constantly rushing, then screw it. Just over rotate, of course. But if it's weird where it's like they're just kind of running around the map, you don't know what's going on. Just go ahead and have an anchor, like anchor toward the site, so you can pick up on these.
All right. Wop. Easy.
You're just a better player, so that's all that happened there. Peak was fine. You're getting info. You just got to push out eventually.
Yeah, I saw Omen going outside. I was like, I had to push. I just had to.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, that was unlucky. Because I thought Omen was watching mid the whole time, but just smoked and bot.
Yeah, so I think he could sneak up here. If they're not like a clear line of sight the whole time, this is where you can watch your teammates see. Right here is probably where she snuck up right here and jumped up.
That timing.
So if you're planning on rotating, you can actually just. I think it could be good to. Yeah, you got. I mean, it is unlucky, but I think it's actually better just to slow. Now I think you still would have died. So this is why I'm telling you, you need to be shoulder peeking a lot because this wouldn't have happened. You can sit here and be like, "Oh, my Omen didn't catch me," but like at the end of the day, the reality is like if you're just sitting here just playing info game, because you could do that safely, either right here, up here, anywhere on these stairs. You can just kind of peek slowly. You know how to shoulder peek. I don't have to.
Yeah.
That's where you can play info. You can get used to this stuff. So yeah, and so that just would have prevented this death. I think you just would have done that. So anytime you're playing Sage mid, anytime you're playing anywhere, really, just always play info game at the start of the round, especially in a spot where they have a far lane to push. Because like if you play info like here in heaven, you spot this cross, then you're not going to be dead. And you're like they're coming A, and you have a few seconds to reap. And same with mid. This is a big angle. It's not like you're gonna shoulder peek mid and they're gonna be right here or in the middle. Like they're gonna be in this back spot, so you can play accordingly. That's when you can decide I need a wall, I need to slow, blah blah blah. You know, that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Guess loses.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we got fucked on this side.
Yeah, it looks like.
I thought that was a safe res. But they just started spraying.
Dang, poor guy. But yeah, this is like, you can kind of see how your wall, like, it's not really doing anything. It's not really stopping them from getting their goal. Right? And so this is where you can coordinate with the team. Hey, let's get somebody with more util, like a Raze would be good here. Omen is pretty solid here. He just sucks. Sova's good for, you know, you can use make sure you're using your agents to their strengths.
Full potential.
Yes, exactly. And this is, like I said, it's solo queue, so it's just part of it. But still, the idea stands. Quirky catches people off guard. Oh, it's not like off guard. It's pretty.
Should have killer.
Yeah, that's okay though.
I was waiting on Sova before making a move. I didn't want to go in by myself against 5 people.
Yeah, no, you 100% out this. Close.
Oh, I remember.
Behind you or something.
I thought he would have peeked again.
Oh, no.
I had mouth.
Unlucky.
I had my pistol.
Okay, well, I mean, you played this pretty good. You just took the 1v1 fights. Or they played it bad, actually. It's not that you necessarily played it good. You're just...
Yeah.
Did they play...
They didn't push together.
Yeah, 1v1. 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 Look what happened.
I just turned all their...
Yeah, you came on top. So this is good. This is a good round to talk about because this is what you need to not do in plants.
I see.
Yeah, because you can see how detrimental this round almost was for them. Obviously,
I had no idea where Cypher was.
Yeah, it's fine. You went heaven for sure. Play by him. Oh, that sucks.
If only I had my pistol in my hand.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, that was good. I think. So we'll talk about the things you can really do to start improving because I think you're a good player. I think you have good potential. You're just not making the right decisions. So what you need to do, get like a note during your game, get a notepad out, type it, you can write it, it doesn't really matter. Every time you die, write down why you died and what you could have done better. Literally just write it down. Like, okay.
I do this, but in my head, that's the thing.
See, I think you should start writing it down because you'll start to see consistent patterns. It's going to be annoying because it's a lot. You don't have to write like a whole paragraph every death, but just be like, bad wall or like bad peak, just something basic, right? As long as you have the idea down. And so you'll start to see these consistent issues when you do that. You'll start to be like, it looks like I'm peaking bad a lot, or it looks like this I'm using X ability wrong. You know, you'll start to see these trends and you can really start to think about what's better. You can even go back, watch those rounds, see what happened, and then go watch a pro play that round out. Not like the exact round, but just go see like a pro. Go find a pro VOD, see in that situation what they do. Just like watch a pro Sage play mid or something, right? So like, why is he doing this? And then you can start to really think and you can start to really make good decisions on it. So as far as your decision making properly, you'll watch pros. As far as fixing what you're doing, write stuff down because you'll start to really see, like I said, consistent play.
I used to VOD review every match.
I would do every match.
I used to.
It's a lot. It's very... It's just hard to do every match, especially if you don't know exactly what to look for.
I mean, not every match, but like some of them.
Right. Yeah, and that's good. But like I said, I think it's more important that you write down. I mean, you can think about it if you want, but I think it'd be better to write it because you can actually see what the big consistent issue is. You'll be able to see like my abilities are bad, or I'm peaking too much, or I whiffed a spray. You know, there's a lot of things, right? And so then you can go, like I said, watch pros, compare and contrast, and that's one of the best things you can do because it's hard to actually like break down your VODs properly. But you can put it like side by side with a pro and that's when it really becomes apparent.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the best way, because I think you have a lot of potential. You have good aim. You have your decision making is not the greatest, but it's right. It can be right. I don't know how I'm trying to word this.
I mean,
the right decision. You're just not doing it. It's actually
exactly.
So, but that's okay because you just got to think about what you're doing more and play the game more. Just make sure you're not autopiloting. That becomes really hard. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Anything? Does this actually help you? I hope it did.
Honestly, yeah, it did. I took some notes, bro.
All right, cool. I'll probably put this on YouTube. It was definitely a pretty good session. So you can go back and watch it again if you want to like
Let's go. Let's go.
Is there any other questions you have? Anything else you want to talk about?
Honestly, not really.
Okay, cool.
I think I should just play more entry during ranked.
Yes, don't play Sage in ranked.
Yeah.
I think if you start putting some stuff to the test and you want to come back for another session, we can do it with an entry because that's more your play style, so we can really start to break down more things. Because at the end, I think at the end of the day, you're like almost not playing your game here because you're playing Sage, right?
It would be more efficient if you VOD review an entry.
Yeah,
that I play.
I think so because it's what you play more. It's just what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, play some more games. If you do want another session, if you found this useful, play some games for the next 2-3 weeks, and you can come back and we can go from there if you want.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, bro. Why the fuck you not subscribed, bro? What?
Oh, sure.
Come on, man. Come on, man. God damn.
I do watch some of your videos though. When you link them, I go watch them.
Oh,
thank you. I think I have a like on.
Oh shit, you did. Oh, yo, thank you.
I got you, dog.
Hell yeah, bro.
Anyways, cool. Anything else? We good?
Bro. We good, bro.
All right, cool. If you have any questions, you can just shoot me a message. And like I said, put this stuff to test. Start writing stuff down. Get used to just like review pros, see what they do, and then let me know how you start playing. See if things actually get better. I'm curious. All right, man.
I got you, bro.
Sounds good. Take it easy, brother.
All right. Hey, you too, bro. All
right, man. See ya.